Absolutely gorgeous outside right now. Plenty of sunshine out there. Daytime highs eventually will reach up into the upper 70s and low 80s. Right now, everybody's sitting into at least those low to mid 70s this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. I wish I could say it stays like this, but unfortunately, more cloud coverage starts to roll in by the time we get late into this afternoon and into the early evening hours. Let's take it to 4 p.m. by the time we get past the afternoon into the early evening. And what we have is a lot of that cloud coverage starting to filter in ahead of those rain chances that come late this evening. Still going to be very warm outside, upper 70s, low 80s still. But by the time we get late this evening, we're talking 7, 8 p.m. That's when we could start to see maybe a few of those isolated thunderstorms, mainly across the river valley. Again, important to note here, yes, it is weather impact alert, but it's just across the river valley, and this is going to be very isolated even at that. Not everybody is going to get rain. Actually, I think most of us stay dry, but those who don't, those who have those thunderstorms, that's where the risk would lie. Very isolated systems coming across parts of the river valley late this evening. Within there, that's where we could find maybe some of that large hail, maybe some of those strong winds as well. That latest update from the Storm Prediction Center certainly agrees with that. Here's a look at those risks for this evening. The main concern is going to be the chances for some very large hail, but also the chances of some strong winds with those isolated thunderstorms. You see that hail risk there. Those black lines you've seen there is what's called hatched, and what that means, it's highlighting the fact that we could see some very large hail at that, potentially those hailstones up to 2 inches in diameter. The tornado risk is very, very low, but it's not zero for this evening. We'll be keeping an eye on it as we go on throughout the rest of the night. Tomorrow's daytime highs basically unaffected. Daytime highs still upper 70s and low 80s expected. We'll do a little switch, and more than likely the river valley will be a little bit cooler than in northwest Arkansas. Outside of that, very nice day for our Thursday. Now, probably what you've been waiting on is what's the update for this upcoming Friday, and some really good news for us, at least here back at home. This system continues to show trends of moving further out towards the east. Now, central eastern parts of the state still going to have some very impactful weather, but at least here at home, we only have that level 1 marginal risk as it stands now. Still thinking we could see maybe a few isolated thunderstorms, but it'll be right at the beginning of that line of thunderstorms starting to develop Friday evening before it matures and pushes further out towards the east and the central and the eastern parts of the state. That's where the severe weather would be. Now, not only the storm threat for Friday, but also some very strong winds, non-thunderstorm related, coming throughout the day. Wind gusts peaking anywhere between 50 to 60 miles per hour. That's going to cause some problems of its own. Northwest Arkansas over the next 7 days looks like this. Again, a few isolated thunderstorms possible tonight, mainly across the river valley. For Thursday, looks very nice for us. Friday, the good update for today has been that those thunderstorms look to be further off towards the east. We'll keep an eye on it at least this weekend. While cooler, still plenty of sunshine.
Yeah, great weekend ahead.